Hey, it's Jared with State of Tech, and today I wanted to talk to you about an investment app called Robinhood. Now, this application is really cool, and it kind of has created some controversy amongst people that invest because you can invest for free. Usually when you buy stocks, it's going to cost you some money. You have to pay for buying them and trading them and selling them and all the different things. I'm not a professional in investing, so don't take, any advice from me during this video on investing other than the fact that this app is fantastic and it's a great deal. So I'm logging into the app here. My phone has a fingerprint scanner, so I can go ahead and log into my account that way. Now, I started using this app about 4 months ago. I thought it would be really cool just to see if I bought a few stocks, like what would happen. Now, I haven't really done this too intelligently. One of the things that you get if you have an actual investment broker is advice. They're going to help you with those choices, whereas you're not going to get that with this. It's up to you reading the news and paying attention to that stock and seeing what it does before you decide to buy it. And so what I've done is just companies that I know are doing okay, that are public companies, publicly traded, and that I have an interest in, which is totally what I think investment brokers tell you not to do, or stock traders tell you not to do. Like, don't invest in companies that you feel great about or whatever, because then it stinks when you lose money with those companies or whatnot. I just wanted to kind of play around with this app and get a feel for it. So I went ahead and bought some stocks. I bought Virgin America, Starbucks, Ford, Apple, just, some stocks just to kind of see what happens and play around with the app and get to know the app before I, really decide if I want to get serious about, trying to find, new and upcoming stocks or whatever. As you can tell, I'm not very intelligent with this whole investment thing. I just know that this application is really neat. And for those of you that have wanted to buy stocks and invest in companies, it's a great way to get started because it doesn't cost you any money. Robinhood, they're making money off the fact that when you get paid dividends for a stock, it goes into your account with Robinhood. When you sell a stock, the money goes into your account with Robinhood, and it stays there unless you either decide to withdraw it back to your bank account or spend it on another stock. So they're making a little bit of money off of like our money sitting in an account with them. And who knows, over time they may have to try and figure out a way to make more money with their application. But right now, buying and selling stocks are completely free. So let's take a look at the app. What I'm looking at right now is how my investments did today. As you can see, I'm at, I have that much value in my account because of the stocks that I own. And if I go and look over 1 month, you can see over this last month, I've lost a little bit. I bought stocks that are well-known companies that everybody and their mother owns a little bit of. And so those aren't really the best stocks to invest in unless you probably have a lot of money to spend. And when they have good days, it's great. And when they have bad days, it's bad. But I just wanted to give it a try. And that's what I was pretty much doing. So you could see over the last 6 months, I've lost about $37 investing. So not the best. It's kind of a bummer that the stock market has been a little crazy and a little volatile this last 6 months. But for me, it's more about the learning experience. And I've learned, it would have cost me a lot more than, $40 to pay somebody to learn what I've learned in the last 4.5-ish months playing around with stocks on this application. So you have basically, your history here and your account value. You have typical news right here. You can view each of the stocks that you're invested in. And then if you scroll down further, you have a watch list, which allows you to pay attention to the stocks that you haven't bought yet, but you wanted to watch. So up here in the search box, you can just simply search for a company. and it will pull it in, and any other companies that have that name as well, and you can hit the checkbox to start to follow them. You don't even have to spend any money in the app. You could install this app, create an account, not put any money in it, and just follow stocks and just kind of watch them and see what they do over time. And if you pay attention to the news and what's going on with those companies, as well as how their stock is doing, you'll get a pretty good idea of whether or not they're worth buying or not. And there's, everybody has strategies on that. I definitely don't really have much of a strategy on that, but I'm learning. So that's how you search and look for stocks. Over on the left-hand side, we can see my account overview. It shows how much stocks plus cash I have, how much cash and buying power I have, and then, reserves and unsettled funds and whatnot. I will have some unsettled funds starting tomorrow because I sold 2 stocks earlier today, and those will be transferred tomorrow. And then I think it usually takes 2 or 3 days before those funds are actually available for you to either reinvest or withdraw to your bank account. So let's take a look at order history. So you can see that I've got some stocks that are queued to sell tomorrow because I actually sold them when the stock market was closed, so trading was not going on, and so they will sell these tomorrow for me during an optimal time. And then I also have completed orders and buys and sells that I have right here, so I can see my history. Dividends, it shows me the dividends that I've earned because of the stocks that I buy. Some companies pay out dividends, and so you get a certain little bit of money paid to you when they decide to do that. And then linked accounts, and then there's also account statements and tax documents and stuff in there. But basically what you do is you link up your checking account or savings account to this app, and then you can pull money out. You can have it pull money out on a regular basis. You can pull it out manually, and then have it ready to invest in the different companies. So that's what I think is really neat about this application is it's not complicated at all. They've simplified the process of buying stocks and selling into one nice, easy to use application. Now I've started using other applications that are better for investing news and that have more information on these stocks that I'm interested in, so that I can learn more about the companies and decide whether to buy into them or not. However, in this application, it's kept pretty bare bones because they want to keep it simple. So if you're thinking, like I was thinking, I'm going to tell you what I was thinking a couple of weeks before, a couple of months before the Star Wars movie came out. I thought, I'll buy a couple of shares in Disney. Now, this is not advice. Please do not, think or invest like this. So I bought a couple of shares of stock in Disney. Oh, their stocks didn't do so hot during the time frame that that movie came out, even though the movie did great. So, it's a learning process. And as I further my experience in buying and selling stocks, I'll, dig deeper and find companies that I'm interested in simply because of their actual, what they're doing, as opposed to, buying Apple stock because I use Apple products or something like that. So anyways, it's a pretty neat application. It's super easy to get started in. The only way that you're going to lose money on it is if you choose, buying stocks poorly, but it's definitely a learning experience. So this app is available for iPhone, iOS. It's also available for Android. I'm using it on an Android device, and it's been fantastic. So if you're looking for an interesting way to kind of get your feet wet investing, you don't want to waste any money on stock brokers or any of that stuff, or trading services, definitely check out Robinhood, especially while it's still free to use. Who knows what their process is going to be later on as far as earning money, but right now it's free to use, and I think it's a fantastic way to get your feet wet with investing. So definitely check it out. We'd love for you to subscribe to this channel. I like making these videos. I like talking about technology, apps, all that good stuff. So if you like that, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have questions, post them in the comments below. We'd love to answer them or do our best at doing that. Thanks again for watching this video. Please share it with someone if you'd like it, and we'll see you next time on State of Tech.